Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing very good. So today we will just continue with chapter number 3, that is evolution of transport and communication. So today's topic is the need for writing. What is the need for writing? Writing means it is the physical presentation of spoken language. Whatever we speak, and when we write those language in a written form, or we present it in writing, so that is called what? Writing. So over 5,000 years ago, a written language was developed. Now, writing, it was developed in over 5,000 years ago, and it was developed in Mesopotamia. And to record and communicate different types of basic information about crops and taxes. First, when it was developed in Mesopotamia, so it was used to record and to and to communicate different types of information about crops and about the taxes. Okay, so that from then the writing was developed. The earliest information, it was based on pictograms. Pictograms means using pictures. Okay, using pictures, people used to convey the messages in all. Okay, representation of any physical objects or icon that are used in computers. So these pictograms were the earliest information. It was based on pictograms. Then, but it was becoming impossible to record all the daily events and trade, astronomy, literature. It was not become possible for all these things. So, and literature on clay tablets. Okay, then the scribes gradually developed science. It developed sign for objects which were followed by most of the people. Most of the people, they people who used to make written copies of documents. Scribes are those people who used to make written copies of those documents. Okay, written copies of documents before printing was not invented. Okay, before printing was invented. When printing was not invented, before that scribes were used. It was gradually developed, and it developed was science and for objects, and most of the people, they follow these. And that is how the earliest form of writing. Acha, what is the earliest form of writing? Cuneiform. Cuneiform is the earliest form of writing. So, earliest form of writing came into effect for writing scripts. Now, cuneiform, it came into effect for writing what? Scripts. Okay, and this emergence of script led to faster and better communication. Scripts means the written documents. Script means written documents, and just because of the emergence of scripts, it led to the better communication and fastest communication. After the emergence of scripts, the communication becomes faster also and better also. The next is milestones in communication technologies. Means milestone means the important events in communication technology. So it was started from, it is in page number 3030. You can see this page 3030. Here are the milestones in communication technology, starting from 1450, the year 1450. Okay, in 1450, Gutenberg, he created printing press. Then in 1824, Louis Braille developed a system of raised dot. Those system of raised dots was known as Braille alphabet. And these alphabets are used by the blind people to read. Okay. Then in 1867, Christopher Scholes made the first typewriter. Then in 1877, Alexander Graham Bell, he introduced telephone. Then in 1895, Marconi introduced wireless transmission. Wireless means without wire. Transmission means to send something from one place to another, from one person to another person. So without wire, it was introduced by Marconi. Okay, my wireless transmission. Then in after then in 1926, John Baird, he gave the demonstration of first television. Okay, demonstration of first television. Then in 1947, Claude Shannon, he provided basic theory about for all digital communication. Whatever the digital communication is there, for that basic theory was provided by Claude Shannon in 1947. Then in 1966, satellite communication, as we can see nowadays, it was developed in 1966. And in 1989, the concept of World Wide Web, which is popular nowadays. World Wide Web means www website. This www dot or whatever we want to type, okay, it comes on internet, in internet. So it was this concept was developed in 1989. And in 1991, Wi-Fi was invented. You know about Wi-Fi? It's very common it's very common nowadays. So, and 2007, wireless devices. Wireless devices means like Apple iPhone. It pioneered a new breed of web-enabled wireless devices. Okay. Then in 2012, mobile 4G network. In 2012, as you can see nowadays, mobile 4G, 5G has come. So, 4G network was introduced in 2012. Then in 2015, Windows 10 was introduced. And in 2016, first 5-atom quantum computer was built. 5 means quantum computer that is quantum computer that is used for for computation and all calculation. So this was the first 5-atom quantum computer. It was built in 2016. So these were the milestones in communication technology. Now, before the printing press, when the printing press was not developed, before that there were only manuscripts, and it was copied and modified by scribes. Okay, the printing press halted this, means the printing press, they stopped this, and a wider readership, they brought awareness, okay, and uniformity, means similarity in communication. They started bringing this in communication. Then Samuel Morse invented a telegraph. Samuel Morse invented a telegraph, and this telegraph was used for long distance communication, and it was invented in 1840. And revolutionized this type of communication. Okay, now each dot and dash in Morse code. In Morse code, each and every dot and dash was represented a letter in English. It represented a letter in English, and the message was transmitted by this code. This was a code, and through this code the message was transmitted, okay, over wires. And this was transmitted through wire only, which was laid between stations by electrical signals. So by electrical signal it was laid, and through these wires the messages was sent through these codes. Now, in the world history of communication, it is a major turning point. Okay, and if we see the history of communication, it's a major turning point. Now, as I told you that Alexander Graham Bell, he invented television, and he invented television in the year 1877. Now, communication through this, after the invention of television, telephone, communication become much easier now with this invention. And why it was easy? Because we just have to dial a number, and you will connect with the other person whom you are calling, and you can talk. So this initiated verbal communication. Verbal means verbally. Okay, we can communicate to another person verbally. Now, mobile phones, computers and internet have replaced telegraph. Now, these days we do not use telegraph, because in place of telegraphs, mobile phones are used, internets are used, and computers are used. Okay, they are now they are the most convenient, the easiest, and faster mediums of everyday communication. The internet has provided an unbounded possibilities of learning. Now just because of internet, there is unbounded possibilities of learning. Means there is no limit of learning. We can learn as much as we can. Okay, there is no limits. All these inventions improved communication between people of distant lands. Now all these inventions, whether it is telephone, whether it is computer, whether it is internet, just because of this, what we can this has improved the communication between the people who are sitting very far from each other. Okay, now these improvements in communication, this has made the life much easier also. Now the satellites orbiting in the space, just satellites that orbit in the space, they transfer data to the earth. Now they also transfer data to earth, and it helps in making weather forecasts, so that we can forecast person nowadays, as you can see, about rain and other things, the weather condition, they just come to know just earlier. Okay, and they inform us, they warn us about the weather conditions. So predicting natural calamities, about the natural calamities like earthquakes, floods, droughts, and so many other natural calamities also we come to know. Okay, making phone calls, if we have to make phone calls. Okay, and aircrafts and ship navigation, etc. We are constantly moving towards a better tomorrow. Okay, means we are not going backward, we are going forward. So it's a better, what, it's a better tomorrow. Tomorrow will be better now, as because new inventions are taking place, new discoveries are taking place, and in a and continuously. Okay, so this was all about the communication, about the evolution of communication. Okay, now one more thing, fact file. Here we can see in this corner, Kong Thong village in Meghalaya. It's a village in Meghalaya. This is the only place in India. Only place in India. Why? For what? Where people communicate among themselves through whistling. Through whistling, they communicate with each other and using different tunes. And apart from whistling, they have other tunes also for calling each other. When they have to call someone, they either whistle or they use other tunes. Okay. So this is only in the state of Meghalaya, in the village Kongthong only. So this was all about the evolution of transport and communication. Today we have completed this lesson, and you all have to do the home assignment which will be given to you. Okay, and send your assignments on time and be regular. This much for today. Thank you.